What is up, Sports Galaxy? Mock Draft 5.0. Please like if you guys like this or if you're watching this at all. And the support has been great recently, especially on these mock drafts. Please subscribe. It'll go a long way, and comment if you would change anything. Let's get right into it. So this is the Mock Draft 5.0. Each one has had at least one change throughout the whole thing, and that's kind of the whole point of the mock draft, just to make it different. With the first overall pick, the Bengals, I feel like everyone knows who they're going to pick. That is Mr. Joe Burrows out of LSU. At LSU, he was just insane this year. Winning Heisman, winning the national championship, and he showed his leadership, and he showed he's just a great quarterback, and he's the clear number one overall pick. I don't think there's anything dividing him from being the number one overall pick. Maybe Chase Young, since he's the second or first best player in the whole draft, and that's who the Redskins are taking at number 2. Edge out of Ohio State, and Chase Young. He's very talented, maybe one of the best edge rushers I've seen out of college in a while. The last one I think I would compare to him is maybe Joey Bosa. I thought he was amazing that I saw in college. I didn't see that Nick Bosa was that good in college, but obviously was maybe the best player on his team, and they made it to the Super Bowl, and he's only a rookie, so it's going to be crazy to see what he turns into. But Chase Young at number 2 to the Redskins, and at number 3, I'm going to have a lot of people have the Lions going with Jeff Okudah, but I'm going to have them going with Isaiah Simmons, linebacker out of Clemson. The thing about Isaiah Simmons, he's very versatile. I think, in my opinion, the Lions' biggest need is linebacker, which is understandable. In my opinion, some people think it's cornerback, but they have Jackson and obviously Darius Slay, who I think make the cut, if Jackson's his name. Their number 2 guy. I know who he is, but I can't think of his name right now. But I think the linebacker is just a bigger need, even though they have Kennard, who's pretty good. And so at number 4, going to have the Giants going with, a lot of people have them going receiver. I'm going to go with the best tackle in my opinion, which is Andrew Thomas out of Georgia. At Georgia, he was amazing. There's nothing to say. He was really, really good for 3 whole years, which is pretty crazy to think about it. Being offensive tackle and being so young and being so good for that long of time. And I think in the NFL, just with all he's proven us and all he's shown us, I think he's going to be a really good player. Let's not skip a beat. Right into 5. I think the Dolphins are going to pick Tua Tagovailoa out of Alabama. He's been insane. I think he's the second or maybe even first best quarterback in the draft, talent-wise. Some might have Herbert, and the Miami Dolphins have indeed shown interest in Herbert, but I think they're going to realize that Tua is just the better quarterback. There's not really much to add on top of that. He's hurt, which is a problem, but I think he'll be able to throw by maybe April. I'm recording this the day after the Super Bowl, February 3rd. And and if I go crazy in this video, it's because an NBA player like Clint Capella or D'Angelo Russell got traded. So at number 6, I'm just gonna say it. I think that the Chargers, who are picking at number 6, are just in win now mentality. They want to win. They want to win. They want to win. And I don't think a young quarterback in Herbert's gonna help them. I see a lot of people taking it, but I'm just not gonna buy into that. I think they're going O-line for long-term help. I'm going to have them going with, my opinion, the second best overall tackle in the draft, which is Tristan Wirfs. Some people even think that Jedrick Wills is the best overall tackle in the whole draft, but he has pass blocking issues. I think Mekhi Becton might even be better than Jedrick Wills, or even Tristan Wirfs. He's just a monster. His stock has gone up so much. He's top 10 in this video. I'll tell you that. Don't want to spoil anything else, though. And Tristan Wirfs, he's very athletic out of Iowa. Great offensive lineman. He'll help the Chargers or any team he goes to. He's just amazing. He's one of the guys that I've liked throughout this whole process, his athleticism. At first, I thought him and Andrew Thomas are like we're running away with it, but then there's starting to be other names like Mekhi Becton and Jedrick Wills pop into the conversation. But I'm gonna have the Chargers going with Wirfs at 6 overall. At 7, the Cardinals. I had this in my last mock draft, maybe even my last 2. Just my mindset is their team is surprisingly good for a team that I'd consider one of the worst in the NFL. I'll be honest. They don't play well. It might be their play style. It might be with Ron Rivera. I don't know. They got Matt Rule, who was the coach of Baylor, did great things there. But I think that Kyle Allen, Cam Newton's probably going to leave. I just think that they need a new start. I think they need a new quarterback. And who else to take but quarterback out of Oregon and Justin Herbert. I know a lot of people aren't as high on him as other people are, but the thing about Herbert is very talented quarterback. I don't want to see the Cardinals do a cycle, maybe like the Broncos, like taking like maybe early second rounders, late first round talent, and just having to keep draft. I'm going to have them take their number one guy in the future who out of Oregon was their leader, and he's a very good player, Justin Herbert. At 8, Cardinals are picking. Last mock draft I had them taking Derek Brown because I believe that that's their biggest position of need, like hole-wise, but I feel like tackle's more important than defensive tackle. I think offensive tackle is more important than defensive tackle. And I think they're going to take Jedrick Wills out of Alabama. He's a tackle. I think that defensive tackle is definitely their biggest hole, like talent-wise, but Jedrick Wills is just, I feel like for the future and building off, it's just a more important position, if you guys understand that. And yeah, so I might want to go with Derek Brown, but I just got to go with Jedrick Wills. I think that tackle surrounding him with the Rookie of the Year, Kyler Murray, will just be more important. At 9, pretty simple pick. The thing about the Jags is I think their 2 biggest position of needs are definitely quarterback and cornerback. No, not quarterback. Wide receiver and cornerback. So no matter which one they'll take now, I think they'll take the other one later. Wait, no. They don't need a wide receiver. That's just what the things were saying. But I'm going to... Actually, they kind of do need a wide receiver. It's hard to explain. But I'm going to have them at 9 going with Jeffrey Okudah, cornerback out of Ohio State. He's a great player. He might be one of the best cornerback in the league in a couple of years. He played great at Ohio State, paired next to Damon Arnett, who we'll see later in this draft. All the way in the early 20s, which is crazy for him, but yeah. Okudah is just crazy. I think he'll be one of the best corners in the league looking back on it in like maybe 5 years. And yeah, Jags need a cornerback. Yeah, that's who they pick. Next, we got the 10th pick. Boring pick. Like, by boring, I mean boring. Browns, they need a tackle. Mekhi Becton out of Louisville. This is a guy who's gone up my charts at least because I've realized watching back in his film how much of a beast he is and just how good of a player he is. And yeah, I think that he'll help the team a lot. And I think he'll be a very impactful player for a struggling Browns team, to say the least. And yeah, I'm not going to go more on that. At 11, Jets are up. They could go many different directions. They could go wide receiver and they could go cornerback. Those are the 2 biggest needs for those 2 teams, I think. And I'm going to have them going with Jerry Jeudy out of Alabama. Many people have CeeDee Lamb higher than Jeudy, like me too, but I just feel like it's Jerry Jeudy's just a better fit for this team. I think he's more of an alpha. They need a number 1 guy to step up, considering Robbie Anderson's probably going to leave in free agency. And yeah, not much to talk about it more besides that Jerry Jeudy's just an amazing receiver. Very athletic. And yeah. Alright, next at 12, right back to it. I'm going to have the I'm gonna have them. Oh, that's not good. I'm gonna have the Raiders. Their needs are also cornerback and receiver, which is crazy. There's a lot of teams that need quarterbacks and receivers. I'm gonna have them taking CeeDee Lamb because the next best corner is Christian Fulton, whose draft stock's going down. Other considerations are maybe Trayvon Diggs or C.J. Henderson, but I think this is too high for them. CeeDee Lamb is a good spot for him. My last draft, I have him taking him at 21. The Eagles took him, but I think that's too far for him, and I'm mad at myself for letting him go that far. But now that Christian Fulton's stock has dropped, yeah, I'm going to have them taking CeeDee Lamb at 12. At pick 13, Colts are up. I'm going to have them taking with a player that they've showed a lot of interest in. He's got the same last name but isn't related to Cleveland Cavs. Star Kevin Love, but it's Jordan Love. Oh, what a joke. If you're still watching this. Yeah, but Jordan Love out of Utah State, they've showed interest in him. I don't know why. I feel like Javon Kinlaw would be or Derek Brown's still available. Derek Brown would be an amazing pick for them at 13, or Kinlaw. They're both two amazing players. I have Kinlaw dropping a little more than I'd like him to in this mock draft. But yeah, I'm going to have him going with Jordan Love, quarterback out of Utah State. He's been playing really good this season. He's a good dual threat. I don't know why I don't know why Indiana wants to pick a quarterback so bad, because they have Brissett. Even though he had a very underwhelming year, he didn't do bad by any means. But yeah, I feel like interior defensive line would be more important. But yeah, you can't do anything about it. I'm gonna have them going with Jordan Love, who they've shown a lot of interest in, like a lot. Oh yeah, pick 14. There's no more first round caliber quarterbacks available. I'm gonna have the Bucks. Look, it says their biggest needs are tackle and interior defensive line. I'm gonna have them going with Derek Brown. One of their apparent needs, and also just best player available, Derek Brown out of Auburn. He was just amazing. Like, he was just outstanding. Like, he clogged the run. He made the pocket smaller. He is just amazing. There's not much more to say about him. Like, he impressed a lot of people. And yeah, 15. I could definitely see the Broncos picking a receiver, but I don't think that's the case. I think they're gonna go with a cornerback, which is their biggest need, in my opinion. I'm gonna have them going with Christian Fulton out of LSU. That's who I'm gonna have him taking. His stock's definitely gone down due to his performance in the playoff, which was very subpar in my opinion. But I think that I don't know how he'll be in the league. He's definitely got the talent. He's definitely got the skill. We'll see how he'll be. All right, next at 16, Falcons are picking. I think they need cornerback. I saw one of my comments in my last mock draft said that they don't need cornerback, but just watch them play. They desperately need cornerback. I'm going to have them taking C.J. Henderson out of Florida. He was around this area at the beginning of the year, then dropped a little bit, and now went up a little bit. Now that people are realizing his true talent, there's not much to add more about him. That he's just an outstanding football player, and I think he'll be very good in the NFL. Falcons are looking at 17. Cowboys' biggest need, 100% safety. Even though it says it's cornerback, but they have Byron Jones, who might leave in free agency though. But they also have Awuzie. There's just no point of them taking a cornerback. Like, they need a safety. Jeff Heath isn't going to do the job. Xavier McKinney's ranked over Grant Delpit, but let's be honest, Grant Delpit's a monster. I'm going to have him taking Grant Delpit out of LSU. He was all over the field this season. It was crazy to watch him. He's a guy that I had doubts on at first because people said his tackling was a little subpar, but just watch him. You'll be so surprised how good he is. And yeah, Cowboys are looking out because it's definitely a position of need. So at 17, the Cowboys are taking Grant Delpit, safety, out of LSU. Now let's go right into it. 18. Dolphins' biggest needs are running back and edge rusher at this point, even tackle. But if Becton doesn't fall to 18, I'd have them going with an edge rusher since running backs, there's a plethora later because they pick at right here at 26. I'm going to have them going with A.J. Epinesa out of Iowa. There's definitely the argument out there that Kelevan Chaison's better than A.J. Epinesa, which I might think is true because he has more raw talent, but Epinesa is just a monster, and he just has a bigger name in general. So I feel like, not like a bigger name, like his name's longer, but like he's more credible. Like he's just a beast. He's so big, he's so fast for his size, so strong. He's just a guy that I'd love to have on my team, and that's why they're going to take him at 18. 19 Raiders are picking. I'm going to have him going with Trayvon Diggs out of Alabama. I find him. Trayvon Diggs. It says he's the 30th projected player in the draft. I don't buy that. I think he's a great player. I can even see him being the second cornerback taken. Raiders, their two biggest needs are cornerback and wide receiver. They already took CeeDee Lamb earlier, so now they're going to take Trayvon Diggs later. Now, the Jaguars are picking. I think their biggest position of need is linebacker. And the best one available, in my opinion, is Kenneth Murray. Here, linebacker. Patrick McQueen's ranked a little over Kenneth Murray. But I'm going to have them going with best player available. Not either of these guys. I'm going to have them going with Henry Ruggs out of Alabama. The wide receiver position is definitely strong. But I feel like wide receiver won't hurt. They already got Dede Westbrook and Chark, but a third. Especially him and a slot receiver, that's just unfair. He's insane. And yeah, blazing fast speed, and the Jaguars will use him very well. At 21, the Eagles need secondary. They always get burnt, like especially against like Devontae Parker. Like he's obviously not the best dude in the league, but he was doing it to them. So they definitely need cornerback. I'm gonna have them taking Damon Arnett out of Ohio State. He was very good at Ohio State. Here, let me do this. He was very good at Ohio State, and I feel like even though he wasn't matched up against the best receivers, he definitely showed his talent on the football field, and I feel like at 21, he'll very much help the Philadelphia Eagles. At 22, Bills are picking tall receiver. This is a pick that I've fallen in love with. If T. Higgins falls to the Bills, oh my gosh, I just love it so much. T. Higgins, amazing receiver. I didn't realize that he was 6'4" until recently. Like 6'4", he's huge. He's not that. Like he doesn't have that much meat on the bone, but like 6'4", and with his speed and athleticism, like especially with Beasley and John Brown, like none of those guys are the number one receiver. They need a big receiver, and T. Higgins is just perfect for their system. Like I'd even take T. Higgins over Henry Ruggs. I was picking here just because of the great fit. Oh wait, 23. I'd never like this guy falling this late, but I have to because of position of need. I'm gonna have the Patriots going with Kelevan Chaisson out of LSU. I could definitely see them picking receiver, maybe Laviska Shenault. That's a guy they'd probably like a lot. I could see them going with interior defensive lineman, which I don't feel like is as necessary as this. The thing about their team, it's hard to see what they need. I feel like they're going to go best player available. I could definitely see them going receiver, though. But Kelevan Chaisson is amazing. I don't think he's going to fall this late. I think a team's probably going to trade up for him. But in this mock draft, at 23, the Patriots are bringing Kelevan Chaisson, who had an amazing year at LSU. 24, Saints are picking. I think their biggest position of need by far is receiver. I'm going to have them taking Laviska Shenault out of Colorado. When Traquan Smith and what's his face? Ted Ginn Jr. are your second two best receivers, you definitely need change. And I feel like he's not shabby at all. Laviska Shenault, he might be the fastest receiver in the draft, maybe behind like Henry Ruggs or Judy or whatever. But Laviska Shenault is just such an athlete. He'll help whatever team he goes to instantly. Maybe even see him on special teams, whatever. He could do everything. Laviska Shenault, I think he'll be very good at 24. And the Saints' biggest position is Biggest position of need is receiver. Why not take it? Oh, at 25, Vikings' biggest position of need is 100% cornerback. They get burned all the time. Why not take Jeff Gladney at a TCU? YouTuber that I watch a lot, Bangle, he predicted that Gladney was going to be projected a first-round pick. He's not that quite so yet, but I think that his talent, I've definitely seen what he's seen. Just his speed and just his ability at cornerback. He'll help a Vikings team that desperately needs a cornerback because Xavier Rhodes, they're banking on him to be really good after he had an amazing season last year. And now to just have an underwhelming season this year, but still being a Pro Bowler, that just pisses me off when he's a Pro Bowler. But yeah, at 25, Jeff Gladney, 26 running back. I think that, right now I have written down that I'm going to have them going with DeAndre Swift. I don't think Jonathan Taylor is even in contention for being in this pick. But J.K. Dobbins, why not? I'm going to have them going J.K. Dobbins out of Ohio State. Biggest position need is running back. He's just a beast. I think he'll help out their team and be a star in the NFL. Out of Ohio State, he definitely showed his heart throughout the later parts of the season. Almost even putting the team on his back, which is crazy. And yeah, could definitely see Swift, but yeah, 27. I'd never like to see this guy fall this late, but I'm going to have Javon Kinlaw. I've had the Seahawks picking Raekwon Davis a lot recently because I think their biggest need is definitely interior defensive lineman. You have Ziggy Ansah, Jadeveon Clowney on the edges. To have a good interior defensive lineman is very good. And yeah, not much more to say about that. Can't forget about talking about Javon Kinlaw because he's amazing out of South Carolina. Clogs the run. Everything is... He's almost just as good as Derek Brown, and gets a pick this late. They would get such a steal. Javon Kinlaw falls to 27, which is crazy. I never like to have him fall this late. And yeah, at 28, Ravens are picking. Ravens need a receiver. Not even going to look at any other position. I'm going to have them taking the best receiver, and that is Justin Jefferson out of LSU. He had a very good tenure at LSU, especially this year, getting 4 touchdowns in the first half in the semifinal of the college football playoff. He's just an amazing receiver at 6'3", tall, 6 feet 3 inches tall. He is just amazing. He's just an outstanding player, and I think he'll be very good in the NFL at 29. I think that the Titans' biggest position of need is definitely interior, but it says edge here. I think it's interior defensive line, which is their 4th on this. I think it's interior defensive lineman, but the best guy here, in my opinion, is Raekwon Davis. There are some good edge rushers, like Curtis Weaver's gone up my board a lot, and so is Aquar. Not really Terrell Lewis. But I'm going to have them going with Yetur Gross-Matos out of Penn State, if I said that right. Sorry if you're watching this. Yetur and I butchered your name. But yeah, I think they can definitely bump him inside. Definitely their biggest position of need is interior. So I'm going to have them going with probably the best defensive lineman available. And yeah, at 30, Packers need receiver. Not even going to look at anything else. I'm going to have them going with the fastest receiver left. That is Brandon Ayuk out of Arizona State. I never thought I'd say that in a mock draft. Brandon Ayuk is going to be drafted in the first round. He's very fast. I think he's better than Rager and Hamler, which many people probably disagree with. But I feel like he had a great showing at Arizona State, catching deep balls from whoever the Arizona State quarterback is. Wait, let's see if we can find the Arizona State quarterback. Iowa, Arizona. No Arizona State. But yeah, that's besides the point. Brandon Ayuk out of Arizona State is very, 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 very fast. He might be the fastest. He might clock in with the best 40 in the draft. and I feel like that just translates to the NFL, especially on this Packers team. They need raw talent. I don't think Hamler, I don't think Jalen Reagor would help as much. I think Reagor would help more than Hamler, but I think Ayuk is a good player to have at this pick. I've started to like him even more and more. He's going up and up my boards. Maybe we'll see him earlier in another draft, but I'm going to have them take him with the 30th overall pick in the draft. 31, San Francisco 49ers are picking. They definitely need cornerback. 100% need cornerback. And I'm going to have them. Oh, this is tough. I have Terrell on my list, but I'm going to change it up. I have him going Bryce Hall, cornerback out of Virginia. It says he's projected to be a third-round pick, which is very not true. He's very talented. 49ers' biggest position of need is 100%. I think, in my opinion, it's 100% cornerback. Yeah, and you put someone next to Richard Sherman. Richard Sherman's not even the best guy in the league. He's not the best player in the world. And yeah, they're taking Bryce Hall to Virginia. At 32, first I had them taking Dobbins, but Dobbins was already taken, so I'm going to have the Chiefs taking DeAndre Swift. Even after Damian Williams had a very good Super Bowl, it's very hard to pass that up. And yeah, so I'm just going to go through who I had picked really quick. So I had Burrow, Young, Simmons, Thomas, Tua, Wirfs, Herbert, Wills, Okoto, Becton, Judy, Lamb, Love, Brown, Fulton, Henderson, Delpit, Epinesa, Diggs, Ruggs, Arnett, Higgins, Chason, Chenault, Gladney, Dobbins, Kinlaw, Jefferson, Gross-Matos, Ayuk, Bryce Hall, and DeAndre Swift. Hope you guys enjoyed. Please like and comment if you guys liked it. Comment if you change anything. The one thing I'd like to change, if I could before I wrote it, I don't want the Jaguars to pick a wide receiver. But yeah, it was the best player available, and I think it made sense for the pick. Hope you guys enjoyed. And peace out, Galaxy Gang. Like, comment, subscribe, share. Bye.